Okay, so let's break down this Eammon Holmes interview. He's done a big interview, guys, with GB News. I don't know why he's done it with them, but he's done it, and it's interesting. Hey guys, it's Rob Morali. Hope you guys are all doing well today. Back at again. It is daily and consistent content. Subscribe to the channel, click that button, and let's get into this. Let's break down this interview in just 5 minutes. So he goes into talking about, the Q-gate and how that was all fake because they said they were filming it for something, but where's that video? Where is that to be seen? It's been nowhere. It's been 6 months. And I think that is a good point. There hasn't been any movie video editing that needed to be done, as it said. So why was that put there? Was that just a lie? It definitely seems so. He also said that the friendship between Holly Willoughby and Alison Hammond is fake, and that Holly is actually using Alison because she's been there for 13, 14 years. Nothing's really happened up until, lo and behold, the last couple of years where they have begun to be, friends. Was she trying to do this beforehand? That is basically what Eammon is saying, which I don't think anybody was even questioning that. So he really is going in when it comes to this, entire situation. He also said that, the young boy at the time, taxis and etc. were being sent to ITV or etc. via from Phillip's home. So that's where he was coming from. So, what was going on there, and more people were turning a blind eye. Is it on the accounts? Was it on the company card? That in itself is also very interesting because he's discussing it. He's also saying that Meghan Markle having this influence over ITV is not true, and that is humorless. So that is also another point that he is expressing. So there are a lot of stuff that he's discussing in this. The fake NTA's hangover is fake. They put makeup on their face. They're acting. It's not as real. They're doing it for performance. He said that, a lot of people on Loose Women felt demeaned by him, and that Ruth actually is in contact with the young boy. He's not a young boy anymore. That she still is in contact with him to, make sure he's okay because there was no duty of care for him, which kind of makes sense because we've seen the Islanders and lack of duty of care for them. So I can understand where she's, coming from, Ruth, in terms of, wanting to look after or make sure that that person is okay. Now, Eammon going in so hard on Phillip is actually doing the opposite, in my opinion. He's going in so hard on him, but it actually puts you more in the limelight than him. And it takes away the important information for what Phillip was trying to do, and rather, it's putting you in a negative limelight. People are calling out your old clips as well, and I just think that he's really become the spokesperson who every day is going in on Phillip when he himself was hugging Phillip at the same time when he came out, etc. He was sitting there on the sofa. He did say he's embarrassed and ashamed of that, but at the same time, you also were a grown man then. So, I just find it interesting that he's going in so hard on Phillip because it's actually giving you that negative energy. The objective that you have for Phillip by dragging him is actually working against you, and you don't know it. You are blind to that. That is my opinion. Make a statement. Say what you want to say about Phillip, but don't keep on saying it 5, 6, 7 times, or keep on talking about something because it looks like you're just doing it for relevancy, trying to milk it out for some kind of story. Do you know what I mean? I just feel like the other stuff about NTAs and Holly's fake friendships, that's not the issue here. Stop. We don't need to be deflecting about even Phillip's behavior with his co-stars. That also is not the issue here. The main issue is that this man in his 50s was grooming somebody who's between the ages of 10 to 15. That is the issue. And how can we stop and prevent that from happening, from having grown men going after young boys, and that there needs to be establishments, foundations, something in there, something in the UK, in London, to protect the younger generation. That should be the conversation that we should be having about the children, about him, the boy, and what he was going through. I believe he was working at a pub, reports were saying, and that was he left that. So that should be the crux of the conversation. I don't see why a dramatic sit down interview needs to be done where we're lamenting on Meghan Markle or bringing her into this, which doesn't make any sense to me, and discussing other stuff about what he was doing about NTAs and fake friendships, and we're not discussing that. That's not the main crux of the issue. The main crux is the fact that the children need to be protected. He was not protected either by his own family and also by the people around ITV, I would believe, and that how can we prevent this from happening in the future with more children who are either on the streets, who don't have enough money, who are broke as hell, and then get lured in by grown men to do things that they don't want to do, but they need that financial advantage in order to be safe and to live and to eat, and how there needs to be people around these boys to help them and not take advantage of them. That is the moral of this conversation, and something that we should all be reminded about is that we need to protect our young boys. We are so focused on our young girls, as we should, as we should be focused on our young girls, period. But we are so focused on our young girls, we forget about our young boys, and people see young boys and men as man on man, and that's not the case here in any regard, in any capacity. And I'm glad that there is a conversation out there, but how can we maintain this conversation? That's what I would have wanted Eammon Holmes to speak about. But unfortunately, it just seems a little bit too salacious for him at times. And sometimes I just find that annoying. That is my honest opinion about this interview. A lot of you guys have DM'd me asking me what my opinions are on this interview. And that is what I wanted to give to you in a quick 6 minutes. It's all about protecting the children. Let me know what thoughts are when it comes to this, guys. So subscribe to the channel, click that button. It is daily and consistent content. And not just the children. Let me just add this point before I end this video. Not just the children who are 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Also, when it comes to those young teens, 17, 18, 19, you are still very much a teenager. And when you are with grown men, they know what they're doing with you in a sexual environment. It is so easy for grown people to take advantage of you. And because you're an adult, you should know all at that age. Sometimes a lot of people, especially in a sexual environment, don't know that at the age of 17, 18, 19. It's you know, there needs to be a little bit more leeway when it comes to those teenagers in that ages as well. Anyways, let me know what thoughts are when it comes to this quick review. Do you guys agree, disagree? Comment down below, subscribe to the channel, click that button. Quick overview of that long interview in just 6 minutes because, you know, in and out. And I'll catch you guys soon for another video because we've got to discuss Hollywood.